Hello, my name is Jamie Irvin. I'm the host of the Heavy Duty Parts Report, and you're watching a 10-part video series called How to Sell More Parts. This is our final video, video number 10. If this is the first time you're interacting with our content and you've missed the first 9 videos, go to heavydutypartsreport.com, go to the video section, and there you'll be able to catch up on all the videos. You can also find us on YouTube, and while you're there, why not subscribe? And that way you won't miss any of our content. Now, in our final video, and I saved this one to last for a reason, we're going to talk about the availability of parts and the price associated with it. And the reason I saved this to last is because all too often in the heavy duty parts game, all people talk about is price, and it's a race to the bottom. So I saved this one to last because it's important. Now, one of the things I would hear from time to time from my customers is they would be very upset and they would say, I found out that I've been buying this part from you and I can get it from your competitor for 20% less. You're ripping me off. Now, at this moment, you have a couple things that you need to think about. You're the salesperson. You need to think about 2 things. One, is it an identical part? Because all too often, what they're really saying is, hey, you sold me high quality parts at lower cost per mile, and I've forgotten about those long-term benefits and started to focus only on the purchase price. And this salesman from out of town has come in offering me this great price on brakes, and I've completely forgotten all about what quality is the brake, how long will it last, will it raise my cost per mile, and I've forgotten about all those downstream costs, and I'm just focused on the purchase price. Now, why would a customer forget all of that? And this happened to me over and over and over again as the years went on. One of the things I found out when digging into the situation is they were under financial stress. And that caused them to kind of forget those things. And so you as a sales account manager have to decide how you're going to approach this. And the first thing I recommend is talking to them about the product that they were quoted and making sure it's an apples to apples quote, right? Making sure that that what was quoted to the customer is the same. If it's not the same, then there is good reason why the price is so different. But other times, it was an identical part from an identical part number from a identical manufacturer, but because it was going through 2 distributors, there was a price difference. And then you have to ask, is this a special? Because sometimes distributors decide that they're going to just drop their margins drastically and run a short-term sales, promotion and try to capture some market share. The hope is we'll sell some things as a loss leader, the customer will get used to doing business with us, and then they'll continue to buy more parts from us at a different price point downstream. So you have to say, hey, is this a special, right? Or is this a regularly quoted price? If it's a special, you can say, I'm really sorry, I can't keep track of all of the people who want to lose money. And then they will laugh, and you laugh a little bit, and say either, look, you're a great customer, I'll match that price for the time period that this promotion is going on. Or sometimes I would say, wow, that's a really great price. That guy wants to lose some money. Go ahead and buy it from him because I'm not going to match that price. A lot of times customers would come back and say, well, what could you do? I would give them maybe a price that I felt was fair, but did drop their overall purchase price a little bit. And they would go ahead and buy the part from us anyway, because at the end of the day, they'd rather do business with us than them. And so we still get the sale, but at higher margin than our competitor. If they did go buy the product from the competitor at that ridiculously low price, a lot of times there wasn't a lot of service behind that offer. It was really a one-time offer. And so they'd be back and they'd do business with us the next day, and they would just take advantage of that short-term special. Now, here's where it gets dicey. Same product from the same manufacturer, 2 different distributors, and it's a regularly priced item. At that point, you know what? You've got really not a lot to discuss. The only thing you could talk about is, does that competitor deliver the product in a timely fashion? But honestly, even that's probably not going to be enough value to justify 20 or 30% higher cost. And at that point, you're probably going to have to revisit your pricing, because what's happened is your price matrix has just gotten out of whack with what's going on in the marketplace, especially if it's not a one-off, especially if you kind of run into that from different distributors, right? So different customers are telling you that different distributors are selling that product cheaper. It's usually just a price matrix issue, and that has to be resolved. So that's how you deal with that. Don't talk about price, talk about true value, but also don't try to manufacture value. If you're going to have a value conversation, you better know exactly the economic impact of what you're talking about and the downstream costs, the overall cost to the customer, and you have to really understand what it is that you're talking about. You cannot manufacture value. It has to be real and tangible, and you have to be able to demonstrate the economic value. Otherwise, the conversation will be about price, and there's nothing you can do. Drop off your donuts, lower your price, and just get the sales that you can get and move on. Because if you're not going to do the work of being able to provide people with a reasonable case to show the economic value of what you're offering beyond the purchase price, you're just never going to be able to get there. My name is Jamie Irvin. I'm the host of the Heavy Duty Parts Report. Thank you for watching this 10-part series on how to sell more parts. If you would like us to do more videos like this, by all means, like, comment, and share these videos, and let us know what kinds of subjects you'd like us to cover. If you'd like to subscribe to our content, go over to heavydutypartsreport.com. And if you want to check out the other videos, while you're there, go to the video section. All these videos will be available, or you can find us on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening and watching these videos, and we'll talk to you very soon.
You can watch our next video, and don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel.